Start.
Okay, so the first question that people usually wonder is like, how should I even spend my summer? And so summer, if we're being honest, if you did something or take summer, summer can be pretty expensive. But a way to check if your courses is to go to assist.org. And some other ways people spend their summer are studying abroad. For this summer, I think it was for options next summer. And there's also like pre-med does cost money. And some other things for the summer are certification courses such as for EMT, phlebotomy, medical assistant, certified nursing assistant, etc. And this is a good way to like spend your time if you don't want to balance doing both during the school year and you want to start working. And you also want to see if you can get involved with any volunteering. It could be like clinical or non-clinical. Some examples we have here: doing hospital volunteering, volunteering at food banks, senior homes, etc. And of course, if you're involved in any research, shadowing other jobs or internships, those are great kind of summer. And then some other questions are like, where do I look for these opportunities? There's a lot of opportunities listed on the slide, but there's not firstly math, looking which is one starting. We'll go more in depth on that later on. But overall, you just want to play an active role in looking for opportunities, and that's how you'll find the ones that you enjoy. Another question, you can barely hear. Can you hear us better? Is it working? Yeah, that's better. Okay, we'll be closer. Sorry about that. Okay, so like I was saying, those are some ways where you can look for opportunities. And another question is like, is getting a medical certification worth it? Because it does cost money. And honestly, this answer will depend on the person. For example, if you're interested in emergency medicine, you're like passionate about going into that field. If you become an EMT, that will probably give you some valuable insight into the field. And if you work, you'll make more than what you paid for the certification. But just make sure you have the time and dedication when applying to jobs. Since if you pay the money for the certification, you want to use it well. And then I want to shadow a doctor over the summer. Where should I start? For shadowing, I guess the best first person to ask is your own primary care physician. When I went back for spring break, I actually had a doctor's appointment with my pediatrician, and I asked her if I could shadow her, and she said yes. So I feel like if you have an appointment or something, the worst thing that they can do is say no, and you can just ask them if they have like maybe any colleagues that have like clinics that are open for like shadowing policies. But yeah, any other resources would be like family, friends that are parents. Just don't be afraid to ask. Of course, there are other like student organizations that offer shadowing, but if you want to like just do it on your own, these are some ways. And of course, if you don't have time for in-person shadowing, consider virtual shadowing just to get like a feel for a day in the life. In-person shadowing is still like a lot better, but if you have some virtual shadowing experience, it will give you a better idea of what to expect when you find those in-person opportunities. And some virtual shadowing opportunities include like through med school coach or field virtual shadowing. And so how do I get involved in summer research? Once again, you kind of have to reach out. So to like UCLA faculty and collaborate with professors to engage in research that you're interested in. And the best way to do this, in my experience, is through cold emailing, since through the undergraduate research portal, it can be pretty competitive. But if you look through like the list of faculty, usually they have like lab websites or ways that you can like get involved in research. So just cold email and see if there are any opportunities that are opening. And then don't get discouraged. Many people will ghost you, but it's okay because there are going to be some responses back. Okay, next.
All right, so one of the volunteering opportunities is called the Cedars-Sinai Volunteering. So basically, it's a pre-med student volunteer program under the leadership of Jason Cohen, who's an MD, and it's basically for undergraduate students who are planning or preparing to be in med school. So in like this volunteering opportunity is for to let you guys like shadow and get mentored by physicians in whatever field you like, whatever department you guys are interested in. So you can so the entire point of this opportunity is so you can like make sure that you're interested in pre-med and like just assure yourself that you're on the right track. This mainly is for like their goal is to provide students from educationally or economically under-resourced communities who have not previously shadowed healthcare providers or students who have not been able to get any shadowing experiences yet. This is an in-person shadowing of physicians by pre-med volunteers at the Cedars-Sinai. So it's a 8 to 10 week program where you're just shadowing physicians on patient clinic visits, weekly meetings with guest physicians, and even shadowing in the operation room. So you may do rounds with the physicians and collaborate in the meetings and even like assist the physicians in the operating room. If you are assigned to a surgical specialty, especially, that would be really great for you to understand how it works in the operating room. And they require like 100 prerequisite volunteer hours, which will pretty much get done pretty easily through the TCAB, which is transforming care at bedside, emergency department, surgical lobby, info desk, radiation oncology, or breast cancer. So, I mean, breast center. And also, we are going to share the slides after this, so the link to apply, you guys will be able to check it out.
And then another volunteer opportunity, health sciences. So this program basically has student research, improvement projects, and educational in-depth volunteer programs. The only requirement is that you're 18 years old, and it's going to be a great opportunity if you're doing research. It also uses an opportunity to pick up curriculum. And also work closely with faculty and staff. So the link to apply is down there. Earlier, the slides are going to be shared.
I thought I would talk a little bit about what I do in my clinical research. So basically, I feel like at the beginning of my junior year, my counselor emailed me likes to spam my research opportunity at orthopedics department at Harvard UCLA. I'm someone that's really interested in medicine. So I was like, yes, give it to me. So for the past year and a half or so, it's doing shadowing all the orthopedic surgeons, doing research with them. And so what that entails is talking to patients directly, doing surveys for them, collecting post-op data, enrolling them into our study, learning about the study, learning about how research works in a more clinical setting and a very medical intensive setting. And this is a great way that I prepared myself, I don't know for med school, but for jobs after college. I feel like I talked about this position a lot because I'm going for a clinical research position after I graduate. And so they always ask me, what is your research experience? And I always point back to this one because of the research jobs that you'll find, it's always enrolling people, talking to patients, knowing a lot about the study, being knowledgeable, managing data. So, yeah, there's no experience required. The only thing that is required is actually getting to the hospital itself. It's in Torrance, and so I drive every week to Torrance. But if you're interested, I put my contact information right there. You can email me, you can text me, you can call me if you want. But yeah, I'm there. I'm a resource for you.
And then another volunteer program is the COPE Health Scholars Program. Basically, it's a program that allows students to gain hands-on experience in the clinical setting, or they also have departments where you could get experience in the hospital administration. So this is not limited to like those interested in going or those that are in pre-med, but if you're interested in hospital administration, this is also a good program for you. And basically, this program has a bunch of different departments you could volunteer at in the hospital, including the emergency department, ICU, the cardiac catheter lab, and also the labor and delivery department. And basically, you could work closely with like RNs and doctors and physicians and help them assist in like basic care of patients. And then once you complete this program, you could also receive a certification from the Keck Graduate Institute. One thing to note is that there is a fee, one-time program fee, which ranges from $250 to $500 based on the program track you choose. And yeah, there's 3 different tracks basically. There's the 15-month program, the 9-month program, and the 3-month program. The 3-month program is the most expensive one, which is around $500. And yeah, if you're interested in getting like clinical volunteer experience, this would be a great opportunity. Some perks of participating in this program would be you could like network with physicians. There's a bunch of alumni that have also completed the program. You could reach out to them. Yeah, basically you could get mentorship from RNs you work with, CNAs you work with, physicians you work with, and also you could get a potential letter of recommendation. So yeah, there is an application process, and to learn more about that part, just visit the website here.
All right, so along with the COPE Health Scholars Program, there are also other opportunities within this department. So there's the first one is a Care Navigator Scholar. So as a Care Navigator Scholar, you will receive training to prepare yourself to connect like with patients to like educational resources. So they'll connect you to educational resources, they'll connect you to like community-based opportunities and more. So this program is usually ideal for individuals hoping to pursue a career again in social work, public health psychology, or healthcare administration. So you'll basically work closely with care coordinators, social workers, healthcare administrators, and case managers to understand and support like interventions targeted towards special populations like homeless individuals and those diagnosed with chronic conditions. So again, like as Austin said, upon completion, participants will receive a completion certificate from the Keck Graduate Institute. And you don't have to exactly be in California because they have other sites like California, Washington, Hawaii, and more. So you guys should definitely check that one out. Another one is called the Medical Assistant Program. So the COPE Health Scholars Medical Assistant Program is a joint effort between like the COPE Health Solutions and the Adventist Health. So it's basically you work with a team to provide an affordable and convenient way to enter the field. So this course is like over 7 months, like it's around 7 months, and you'll basically get to know the skills and foundational knowledge to succeed as a medical assistant in a clinical environment. So this would entail virtual study, self-study lectures and in-person training guided by experienced professionals in the field. Also, as a medical assistant in the healthcare profession, you basically support the providers like doctors, advanced providers, and other medical personnel. So as a medical assistant, you'll basically be able to perform many routine administrative tasks like updating and filing patient records, scheduling follow-up appointments, and managing billing and bookkeeping. So these are just some skills you can develop over time as a medical assistant. The last one is the Nurse Scholar Program. So it's basically a program to help students who is definitely in the nursing department to gain like additional skill practice and professional development in the nursing education or career. So again, this is mainly for students who are like who are preparing themselves for the nursing field. So if you guys are interested in the other departments and the COPE Health Scholars, then you guys should definitely check this one out.
So for those of you staying in Westwood over the summer, there are also some volunteer opportunities near Westwood. One of them is the Chase Child Life Child Development Program. Basically, sorry. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Basically, volunteers for this program could provide normalization to pediatric patients and their families. Basically your role is to be on the child life team and in one of the activity rooms, the playroom, the teen lounge, or the family resource room, or you could be at the bedside of a pediatric patient. So if you're interested in going into the pediatric field, this is a great opportunity for you. Another opportunity is the surgical waiting area / NIDIES room. And basically, you could act as a liaison between families in the surgical waiting area and the staff in the operating room, and just like, just check waiting family members in, explain the process, and update people. So if you're interested, check it out.
All right. So there are also more. One is the information desk. So you can volunteer at the information desk at the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. So you're going to basically greet people, look up patient room numbers, and provide general information and assistance. You guys will be basically the first contact for families to be able to visit the patients, and you're going to get extensive training, and you just have to know how to use a computer and possess good customer service and communication skills. The shifts, again, are also very flexible, so it will work out if you guys want to take it up maybe during this quarter or the next quarter. So this could be a summer opportunity as well as an opportunity you can take up right now. The other one is called the patient escort or transport. It's pretty self-explanatory. You'll basically be assisting the patient transport office at the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. So you're going to basically discharge patients. You're going to assist in transfers and generally just help the patient escort staff. So again, if you want to be able to get a glimpse inside the hospital or be able to get some clinical exposure, you guys should definitely check this out. And also you would be able to just understand the inner workings of a hospital, and you can also get firsthand experience with talking to patients and helping out. So the other one is the floater volunteer, where simply you just can, it's just you help distribute newspapers, you help distribute patient mail. So you're just going to be basically just working with the hospital mailing system department. And again, you can take this up during your quarter, so it's really simple and easy to get into. There are also some other ones. You can also volunteer in the recovery room. So you can you assist the staff in the waiting in keeping track of the patients recovering from surgery. So you basically act as a liaison to the surgical waiting area staff by keeping them informed and updates of what's going on in the recovery room as well. So again, these don't have to be only summer opportunities. You can take this up during the quarter because the hours are also super flexible. So you guys should try definitely check this one out.
Volunteer program that's like in UCLA Hospital is the Care Extender program. So the Care Extender program, there's going to be a lot of different departments depending on like how experienced of a care extender you are. And there's a lot of mixed reviews about care extenders, and personally, I feel like it's what you put into it, because definitely the first like time you are a care extender, there's not much you can do, but you can always ask like nurses, or if you see any physicians around, if you can like shadow them or like see what they're up to. But definitely some of the more interesting departments are up on the screen: pediatrics, emergency department, cardiac catheter lab, orthopedics, oncology, ICU, Eye Institute, and the list goes on. But basically how the application process works is there's a like quarterly application. And so for spring recruitment, I think it's already been closed, like it was earlier this month. But for summer recruitment, that would start in June, the week of June 26th. And it's basically you submit an application after attending an orientation. And there are interviews, which are in like the MMI format. But basically, it's like you rotate between groups. And then if you receive an acceptance, you'll attend the orientation. And you get to like preference which department you want to volunteer for. Yeah, there are weekly 4-hour department shifts. And if you're on the first rotation, then 2-hour greater shifts and a commitment of a total of 250 hours. Yeah. And then this is an opportunity that I found on Handshake. So definitely check out Handshake or any of the other resources that we listed earlier in the slides to find opportunities. But I thought this one was relevant since the application deadline is coming up, and it's also in a Westwood clinic, and it's to be a mental health clinical intern. And so I think the company is like Amay Health, which is a leading mental health clinic specializing in severe mental illnesses. And right now they're currently looking for an intern to work part-time. So this would work with a lot of like students like schedules. So definitely consider looking into this. And I listed some of the position responsibilities on the screen. But yeah, if you look up this opportunity on Handshake, it will be there. And I've also put the link on the slide, and you can check that out once we send out the slides.
One of the student organizations here on campus is EMRA. I'm not sure if you guys heard of it, but it's basically the Emergency Medicine Research Associates. And they're currently recruiting for the spring quarter. So those of you that are interested in the emergency department, emergency medicine, you guys should definitely check this one out. Basically, it's a team of like 40 undergraduate students. And yeah, you could just gain clinical research experience, volunteer hours, physician shadowing. And if you need, there's a SRP 99 credit you could get. And yeah, they also have info sessions this week, so definitely check those out. Yeah, the applications are set to be open on Friday, April 14th.
All right, so there's another opportunity called the UCLA CTSI Research Associates Program. So it's basically to gain exposure to hospital-based medicine as well as clinical research in academic medical center, the UCLA Medical Center. It's to basically support, build a stronger support infrastructure for the research initiatives of UCLA faculty, physicians, and investigators. So there are typically 25 to 30 students in the program who work with the clinical research team in a variety of therapeutic areas, and students with the have UCLA Health System volunteer status, and they completed the CITI and HIPAA training, and so you're basically trained to conduct clinical research studies, collect and maintain securitized data, and assist in the authorship of research protocols. And also you can aid in statistical analysis and co-author abstracts. So you're basically getting to understand how you get a glimpse of the biomedical research, and you can participate in helping with conducting the studies basically. And as a result of all of this, you will basically be more comfortable with the workings of a hospital and gain the skills in this healthcare profession. And you'll also develop your research methodology skills. But in general, you'll just be able to understand how clinical trials work, and you'll basically get firsthand experience in assisting with them. But yeah, so if you're a second or third year or first year transfer, you are eligible to apply.
And then this is an opportunity if you're an AAP student, and you can check if you're eligible to apply for AAP also online. So, but basically this cohort is supposed to help mentor AAP students who are interested in gaining admission to health profession schools. It's like a 2 to 3 year cohort program. And so if right now, if you're a first or second year student and you're an AEP student, you should definitely check this out because they have a lot of opportunities for you to participate in internships, research, seminars, program meetings, community service, other workshops. But yeah, there's like a QR code and flyer here, but of course we'll like send these slides out later.
And also this Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. There's a career fair at the UCLA Campus West Alumni Center on campus. The UCLA School of Nursing Inaugural Community Center Career Fair is basically hosting a event where there's free professional network opportunities and there are also refreshments. So come and check it out. There's going to be representatives from Ultimate, Kaiser Permanente, Cedars-Sinai, and a bunch of other organizations and hospitals. So if you're interested in networking, this Friday at 9 a.m. for 1 p.m. Come check it out. We'll also be there. So yeah.
And then we have a more extensive list of activities from our event that we did last quarter. And so we'll send that out. And it's also on our link tree, but that set of slides has a bunch of opportunities that you can look for. And yeah, it'll be on the slides as well.
All right, so thank you for our event. If you guys want to scan the QR code again, we're just gonna go to the first page. Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. I hope it helps you guys and good luck for your summer and volunteering opportunities.